from the Massachusetts Broadcasters Station of the Year, this is Western Mass News at 6 p.m.
Quiet weather this evening, but a strong storm brings heavy rain and gusty winds just in time for Christmas. I'll explain in the first warning forecast.
Plus, Pfizer is planning to supply the U.S. with 100 million more doses of their coronavirus vaccine. How many can we expect to see here in Western Mass? We're getting those answers.
Plus, new capacity limits hit already struggling businesses in the area this weekend. We'll show you how local barbershops and hair salons are now preparing.
So it's beginning to look a lot like a stormy Christmas. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Western Mass News at 6. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagolinzer. For the very latest on what we can expect, let's turn things over to first warning meteorologist Don Maher. And Don, we thought we would have a white Christmas, but a lot of that snow will melt.
Yeah, you know, when that storm system went through last week and dumped all that snow, we thought a white Christmas was pretty much going to be a lock. Well, with this storm system coming our way, I think a lot of that snowpack is going to be gone as we wake up on Christmas morning. Now, this evening, we're looking just fine. 35 here in Springfield. We do have the clouds, but we are dry, and I do expect us to remain dry moving into the overnight. And temperatures, which are now in the 30s, will actually start to climb as our winds turn to the south and milder air begins to move in. But if you do have to be out and about this evening, weather is not going to be an issue. Yes, we have the clouds, but we are dry. However, you look on off to the west, there is our storm system beginning to get more organized as it moves on off to the east, and that's our weather maker for Christmas morning. Flood watch is up all of Western Mass from Thursday night into Friday morning. We're talking about 2 to 3 inches of rain combined with that snow melt. So street, poor drainage, stream, even some minor river flooding is going to be a possibility with this storm system. In fact, the flood watches extend throughout southern New England. The other story is the potential for strong, damaging wind gusts. There are high wind warnings to our east, to our south, and even Berkshire County is under a high wind warning. For us here in Hampshire, Hamden, Hampshire, and Franklin County, we do have wind advisories that are in effect right on through Christmas Day. Of course, I'll have more on this forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes from now. Jordyn, Chris, to you.
Dom, thanks. And now to developing news. Pfizer and BioNTech announcing they will supply the U.S. with an additional 1 million doses of their COVID-19 vaccine.
Western Mass News reporter Jordan McCool spoke with a local doctor to find out how this could impact distribution in our area.
I spoke with a doctor here at Bay State Medical Center who says while there's no word yet on how many additional doses of the vaccine Massachusetts could see, this is a step in the right direction.
It's really exciting. 100 million doses is a lot of doses. We'll be able to vaccinate a lot more people.
Tens of millions more vaccine doses are on the way to the United States. This as COVID-19 cases continue to rise across the country and here in the Bay State.
The sooner we get people vaccinated, we can develop what's so-called herd immunity, which would, if we get enough people that have been vaccinated and have immunity, then the virus has nowhere to go, no host to infect, and that's how we eventually get rid of the virus.
Many people we spoke with say they've been tested numerous times and just want to get the vaccine.
I'm definitely looking forward to getting it. My whole family is looking forward to it. My husband and I have both been tested twice because of the nature of our work.
And this is video of people waiting in line Wednesday morning, 2 days before Christmas, to get tested for the coronavirus at the AFC Urgent Care in West Springfield. You can see the line stretches around the building.
It's a crazy world, and I think we got to do what we got to do to protect people.
People are getting tested, which is a good thing, but people also have to be careful.
The additional doses could move up the timeline for vaccine distribution. Governor Charlie Baker released the state's distribution plan earlier this month. Phase 1 is already underway and includes healthcare workers, long-term care facilities, and police, fire, and EMS workers. Phase 2 is expected to start around February and includes high-risk individuals, adults 65 years and older, early education, grocery, utility, and public works workers. And Phase 3 is expected to start around April. This phase is for the general public. And with Christmas just days away, Dr. Skeese tells Western Mass News people need to keep their guard up.
Hunker down and just stay with your immediate family for the holidays, and next year it'll be different.
Now, Pfizer and BioNTech announced they expect to deliver the 100 million doses by July 31st. Jordan McCool, Western Mass News.
Turning now to the latest coronavirus numbers in the state over the last 2 weeks. Today, the Mass Department of Public Health reporting more than 4,500 new cases of COVID-19. So that brings the total number of confirmed cases here in the state to more than 322,000, 81,000 of which are believed to currently be active. The state also reporting 81 new deaths today, the statewide death toll surpassing 11,000.
Barbershops and hair salons will have to operate at 25% capacity starting on Saturday. All happening, of course, as coronavirus cases are on the rise here in the Bay State.
And Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis is in Springfield for us with more. Leon?
Barbershops and hair salons are trying to stay afloat as their clients are not getting their hair done as often. One barbershop owner tells me he's not surprised things have come to this.
It's kind of tough trying to switch up the rules every single month when there's new ones coming out. By the time you adapt to them, there's something new coming out.
Evan Nyman is the owner of Bentley's Barbershop in Springfield. He continues to adjust to restrictions. He doesn't even have people wait inside anymore. Since the pandemic started, he hired a receptionist. When you walk in, she takes your name and number. Then you have to wait inside your car until your name is called. But if you don't have a car, you're out waiting in the cold.
It's also been affecting business, actually. We have a customer down at the end. He's been waiting outside for over an hour and a half in the cold. And I do honestly feel bad, but if I have him wait inside, then everyone's going to wait inside, and then I'm going to get a fine, which I can't afford to pay right now.
Nyman tells Western Mass News the governor's restrictions have not surprised him, but with now only being able to operate at 25% capacity, he is clearly not happy.
It's just, it's very frustrating. I just want to get back to the way we used to have it.
Over at Gasoline Alley, the salon, business will also be different for them.
It's going to slow things down quite a bit. We're going to have to, perhaps rearrange some schedules.
Michelle Shabelli, the owner of Gasoline Alley, tells Western Mass News operating at 25% capacity is a bigger hit business-wise than what the limit is.
They're reducing business again by 25%, but some businesses are already down by 20%, so that's 40%, right? So it's just this really challenging time for a lot of small businesses.
These new restrictions start on Saturday. They're in place to lessen the spread of coronavirus from Christmas through New Year's Day. The governor says he hopes these restrictions are only in for 2 weeks. In Springfield, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
The Christmas holiday is inching closer, and despite the coronavirus pandemic limiting many festive events this year, if not all of them, one local event is shining brighter than ever.
Western Mass News reporter Kayla Burton joins us live in Springfield to tell us how the annual Bright Nights in Springfield's Forest Park is looking, with Christmas now just 2 days away. Kayla?
Chris and Jordan, it is absolutely beautiful out here. I mean, we got the lights going, we got Santa moving, everything behind me. If you take a look, you can even see some kids poking their heads out the window, really grasping it all. The joyful energy is definitely here at Forest Park. And while you guys see these lines building up now, guys, guess what? It is only going to get even more hectic come Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Though the coronavirus pandemic has canceled many holiday events this year, Bright Nights in Forest Park is looking busier than ever before, with everyone keeping in their cars, socially distanced, plus safety measures implemented throughout the event. President of Spirit of Springfield, Judy Matt, she tells Western Mass News this is the go-to place this year, and she's not only seeing local people come to Bright Nights, but people from nearby states like Connecticut or New Hampshire are also making their way to Forest Park. Matt says the turnout is simply incredible.
During the week, we'd get 800, 900 cars, which is normal, and we're getting 1,500 cars. And part of the reason we can do that is we have new software, so it's a touchless situation, so people don't have to take money out and pay. So they just hold their ticket in the window or their phone in the window. It's scanned, so we're doing 7-8 cars a minute.
Matt says the only real challenge is having to turn people away due to the buildup of lines. Now, she credits the Springfield Police Department for stepping up during this time, as they truly want everyone to get a taste of this event, especially because this is one of the only large events still able to get the green light during the pandemic. Bright Nights will remain open same times from 4:45 p.m. to 9:30. Now, she also says because of the lines are just building up, as you can see, you really want to get here early. We're talking about probably 5:30 to 6:30 times. You really don't want to come here later than 7 because they really close things down around 8 o'clock is when they have to stop the lines. Coming up later on Western Mass News tonight, how another local area is celebrating and doing it big right before the holiday. For now, live in Springfield, Kayla Burton, Western Mass News.